Hey there, my Park Lane artists. This is Miss P here, checking in to say hey, and hope you all and your families are doing well. Please know that I miss you and I love you, and I can't wait to see you when we come back to school. So thank you for subscribing to my channel and checking out these videos I'm doing that are going to accompany our lessons that I've shared with you for the next couple of weeks while we're out of school. So the lesson that I'm doing for this video is my third grade lesson, which is all about self-portraits. We haven't had a chance to do a lot of drawing this semester. And so I would like to end this unit, which is Unit 3, Arts Personal, by trying to get in some drawing before we quickly move into Unit 4 once we return. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to be working on self-portraits, and specifically self-portraits of ourselves in motion, meaning we're going to be showing ourselves moving. And I'm going to show you how to use different types of lines to show our bodies in motion. We have a couple of vocabulary words that I'm going to share with you. I'm going to talk about the standard that we're going to be exploring, and then I'm going to show you how you can do this project. Now, of course, as always, we have the same rules online as we do in class. Be nice, control your mind, mouth, and body. Please be creative. And remember, before we start drawing, make sure, if you can, use a pencil first. So that way, if you make any changes or you have any mistakes, you can always erase them. Okay? Cool beans. If you have a pencil, use a pencil. But if you don't have a pencil around, use whatever you can. All right? You ready to get started? Let's do this! As you can see, I have my marker that I'm going to be using to draw so that you can see it clearly. But of course, I would love everyone to use a pencil. So please keep that in mind. So we're doing our third grade self-portraits in motion. Here's our vocabulary. Self-portrait, foreground, middle ground, background, motion, and size. I highly recommend that if you're on YouTube, you're able to research these words too. But if you don't, let's talk about it. A self-portrait is a picture of yourself. Foreground is the word that we use for things that are in the front of your artwork. Middle ground are the things that we refer to in the middle of your artwork on the page. And the background are things that are in the back. And sometimes those things are drawn smaller to differentiate size. We have small, medium, and large objects in our self-portrait. And of course, we're going to go back to the word motion. We're going to show ourselves moving. Here's our standard. Visual arts third for creating. 3, understanding and applying media techniques, processes, and concepts of two-dimensional art. So I did a sample of what we're going to be doing. I'm going to show you 2 ways to draw yourself. One, you could draw yourself with your face forward, but I'm still going to show you how to use zigzag lines, curved lines, and diagonal lines to draw your body in motion. And I'm going to show you how to draw yourself facing forward, which is called a side profile. Still using the same curved lines, zigzags, to draw your body in motion. And I'm going to show you how we're going to draw our foreground, the things that are in the front, middle ground, things that are in the middle of the page, and things that are in the background. If you notice, the farther back they go, the smaller you draw them. So let's do this together. Now, like I said, I would love for you to use a pencil. However, I'm going to use a marker so that you can see what I'm drawing clearly. First, I'm going to start with myself over here. I'm going to use an oval for my head. I'm going to use 2 lines, 2 diagonal lines, because I'm moving forward. So I'm not drawing myself straight up, I'm moving forward. Connecting my neck. I'm going to draw, starting from my neck, just a shape for my body. Putting my pencil on my marker right here, I'm going to draw 1 line going down, another line, and I'm going to make this into like a short zigzag because I'm going to show my elbow bent. I'm going to do the same thing here. Start at the neck. I think I'm going to use a curved line. Curved lines have round edges instead of sharp edges. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come down to the bottom of my torso. That's my chest and tummy. 1 line here. I think I'm going to use a diagonal line. Another line here and connect them. Then I'm going to have myself 1 leg going off the page like this. And connect these 2. An oval for my feet And these are pretty simple, quick ones, examples, to just show you some of the steps. Please, since you'll have more time, try to make them as creative and neat as possible. And forgive me where I make some mistakes because I'm not using a pencil. So I'm trying my best with my marker. I'm going to draw my hair here, and draw my locks, use some lines for my ears. You know, I always have one earring, so I'm going to draw those first. Holding my paper in place. A little necklace there too. You know I love a little necklace. Cool. Great. Now I'm going to draw myself, my twin, facing forward. Now this is a little harder for some of us, so I'm going to do it slowly. I'm going to start, and you're welcome to try this. Start with my forehead. This is going to be my nose. I'm going to curve your line. Curve up. Go down. And curve up. I'm going to draw myself smiling. Curve back down. Curve down and draw a chin. From my chin, draw my neck. From here, finish drawing the back of my head and come down. Cool. Draw my ear here. Eyes. Throw my lips in there. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm gonna draw my hair from the side. Cover up the back part. Myself these edges here, you know. The hairline. I'm gonna use the same shapes. Diagonal line here. I'm gonna use a curved line for my arm. I think I'm gonna use a zigzag for this arm. A zigzag here. Another zigzag there. I'm gonna use a curved line. How to fit in my foot. Thumbs towards the body. Thumbs always closest to the body. Like that. Boom. There we go. So, since I can't make this video too long, I'm going to speed up a little bit. And what we're going to do is draw one horizon line. That's one line that goes from one side of the page to the other. As you can see, I'm picking up my marker every time I get to my body because this line is behind it. It's in the background. Excuse us. I'm going to draw another line here because in the background, I'm going to draw some buildings. I'm going to draw, you know, a few of my neighbors over here in Martell Homes. Boom. Draw some cool little apartments over here, some cool little houses, maybe a little tree. And as you'll notice, since I'm drawing in the background, I'm changing the size of certain objects. In real life, a building is much taller than a person. But because the persons or the people or I am in the foreground, that's the front of this work, the objects that are in the middle ground or in the background are drawn smaller. So let's say I draw one more horizon line in the background. I put another house back here. I'm going to make it even smaller because it is farther away. go, sun here. And there we go. Don't forget to write your name. Put a box around it. So this is what I want you guys to do. This is just the beginning of this drawing. As you're working, I want you to try to add details. Think about what are the things you could put in the foreground that's in the front of your work. Think about things that you can put in the middle ground. These are things that are smack dab in the middle. Look, this line is almost in the middle of the paper. That's your middle ground, okay? And don't forget to draw the ground as well. And things that are in your background, think about how you're going to draw them smaller because they are farther away. Okay, so that's what I'm really going to be looking for. Your understanding of foreground, middle ground, and background. Things that are in the front should be larger. Things in the middle and things that are in the back should be smaller. And the second thing I'm looking for is you're showing yourself in motion. I should see bent legs, bent elbows. You can draw yourself running, dancing, twirling, whatever it is that you want to do. Okay, so those are things I'm going to be looking for, and I want you to work on these things this week. I'm not going to finish this week. I'll be coming back next week with some new videos on what the next steps are. So for this step, just focus on your drawing. If you think you're ready, feel free to add color and details, but I'm going to talk more about that next week. Okay, artists, be great. Remember, be nice, control your mind, mouth, and body. Be good to each other. Keep each other safe and healthy. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.